So today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way, no fuss, no faff, of growing your garlic. I've got 125 cloves in these envelopes. Most of them I've saved, some I bought this year because I was tempted by new varieties like everyone else does. So let's plant some garlic. So the first thing you want to do is you want to rake out your bed, ensuring that soil is not dense, heavy soil, because garlic hates it and it will impede on the size of your bulbs later on in the harvest period. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the area that you're growing it in is not going to be impacted by anything else. These will have to come out later on. They are my flowers that I had through the summer. They'll be taken out. But for now, I'm going to plant my elephant garlic about 12 inches apart. So I tend to use this dibber. It used to be an old fork handle. And you just pop it down and plant them about 4 to 6 inches deep. Now, elephant garlic is actually part of the leek family, but they're huge bulbs with a light, mild flavour. So I'm going to pop these in now. Just pop it in the hole, pointed end up, base of plate at the bottom, and just cover it over. Now I'll mark it again here. And the bulbs are actually so big. Let me show you. That's a huge bulb. Now you can plant a little bit deeper, but if it's in heavy soil, I wouldn't recommend that. But if you're in soft soil, plant your bulbs, your cloves rather, 12 inches apart and 6 inches deep. Now I've got 13 bulbs of this, so I'm not gonna use all of that. I'll probably use 9 of these. Now all the bulbs are in, I'd recommend using a bit of bamboo cane and marking out where the line was that your garlic was in. And if I had separate and different types, I'd put the canes further and divide them. Because believe it or not, when you harvest them later and you want to keep the bulbs for later on, you want to know what variety they are, and that's how I've done it with all the others. So this is the elephant garlic. And another thing that I do is I get an A4 piece of paper and I draw out the beds, and I actually draw where the bulbs are as well, so I know there's 6 or 9 bulbs of something, 6 of another, 12 of another. And that's an easy way, and I keep this in the shed all year, so that later on in July and August, I'll pull this sheet out and I know exactly how many of each is in each bed, and what was a success and what was a failure, and what I'm going to keep for next year. So if you are no dig like myself, one thing I will advise you to do is, if you are going to top dress all your beds later on in the month, I would plant it 1 inch less depth than you normally would. And then when you put that top dressing on, it will be the normal depth that you normally have, and it also has that good feed that will feed it through the seasons. So it's quick and easy as that. All you need to do is get yourself a dibber, dib the hole, right depth, right width apart, and just plant the bulbs, and then hopefully next year in the summer, you will have perfect garlic. Ensure your bed is well drained, gets a lot of sun, and has been fed well through the season. I will give it a nice top dressing, as I mentioned, and this hopefully next year will give you a nice successful amount of garlic. One thing to be mindful as well is garlic doesn't like to be overcrowded. By growing those cloves closer together, you will impact on the size of the bulbs that you get later on. So plant them at the right spacing. Don't try and squeeze an extra couple in, because you'll end up with smaller cloves and smaller bulbs. So just don't do it. Another thing about garlic as well is, don't think you need to overfeed it. It's got everything it needs in that bulb. Yes, you can put a top dressing on, which you normally would with no dig anyway, but later on the season, you might want to give it a feed, you know, around about May time. And whatever you do, when you're hosing to water it later on in spring, do not get any water on the actual green foliage, because that can cause mold, mildew, and it'll actually impact again on your bulbs. By using these quick and easy tips, I know you can have successful garlic next year. And what perfect thing to complement tomatoes that you've grown in your greenhouse or polytunnel, and also saving some cloves for next year. I'm Danny, and this is the Grapevine Garden.